However, it wasn't long until my ankle began to really swell up from the sprain, and obviously with the swelling came an increased amount of pain. Now, I know this might sound crazy, but that intense pain and my inability to properly escape it brought back the memories of childbirth. And as I sat there on a fallen log, taking the weight off my ankle, I found myself bursting into tears. And just like something out of a Disney movie, down swooped my little crow friend, who began his same little song and dance of concern. It made my heart swell at the time, it really did. It really was like a Disney story something, the crying princess and her little bird friend. But then, in what I thought was a beautiful moment, I heard something that made my blood run cold. Something was moving through the trees about 100 yards up the slope. Something huge. Something that drooled when it saw me sitting on that fallen log. It was a grizzly bear, fresh out of hibernation, and it was obviously starving. What I thought was my little crow friend began its song and dance again, only this time it was intensely more frenzied than it had been before. I thought it was a warning. I couldn't have been more wrong. The bear began a rapid descent down the slope towards me, panting as it hurtled through the trees. But I was ready for it. I had managed to pick up the most potent bear mace I could get my hands on, one of the things my new Reddit hiking buddies had insisted I purchased. I pulled it out, flipped off the safety catch, and sprayed a huge mist of bright yellow mace into the air in front of me. I was terrified, convinced that it just wouldn't work for some reason, that the bear would just be too hungry, would take the pain and tear me limb from limb right there on the forest floor. But it worked. It actually worked. As soon as the grizzly hit that stinging yellow mist, it stopped dead in its tracks, blinked its eyes before it began to violently sneeze and retch as the mace began to take effect. I didn't bother to stick around and revel in the victory. I mean, who would? I just ran. Ran until my ankle felt like it was about to explode, but thankfully, some small act of God's mercy led me right back to my car, and somehow I actually made it home. I lived to be able to tell this tale. But when I did a little research, and what I thought was my little crow friend, what had seemed like a Disney-style friendship between Beauty and Beast, was anything but that. As it turns out, crows and bears have something of a special relationship. Often upon sighting a wounded or infirm animal, a crow will fly down from a tree and caw like the devil.